Hi guys, it's me, Jeannie, the Witch of Boise, and I'm here to do the Collective's monthly tarot forecast for March 2023. Before we begin, make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also, comment below, tell me if there's a specific date you want in mind or if it resonates with you. This is also a really good time to just bookmark this video so you can go back to it. Otherwise, you can go to my Instagram, Witch of Boise, and I'm also on Facebook, so they both go on the same time, and TikTok. I do a card of the day every single day, so you can go check that out on any of those places to see the card of the day. And this video is exactly how I get those cards of the day. I am filming on February, what day is it? It's hold on. It's February 25th. Where am I? What's going on? That's been me for the last 3 years, for real. So that's how I get these readings. The cards of the day is through these videos. So I'm very excited for you to join me today. But yeah, just check out any of those social medias to get those cards of the day. If you want your own personalized monthly tarot forecast, my books are temporarily closed. They're going to be opened in March. So just be on the lookout. I'll be posting something on in February, or not February, but in March, probably midway of March, saying that those books are open. So just keep a lookout. My website is Witch of Boise, and that's where you would book. Okay, so we are going to be using the Witches Tarot deck today. I'm making sure that they're nice and shuffled. We're going to continue to shuffle them too, but let's kind of discuss another couple different things. So if you have been subscribed to my channel, I do a yearly tarot forecast for the collective as well. And so for 2023, so this is an underlining energy that's happening throughout 2023, is the Lovers. Ooh, so sweet. So the Lovers can be very what it is about love and connection and partnership. But this is also about decision and choices. And these decision and choices are being sent to you by the universe, by your guardian angels, by something that's bigger than us, essentially. And so it's really up to our own free will of whether we go with those choices or not. So that's going to be an energy that's happening throughout the entire year of 2023. And then we have for March 2023, our March card is going to be the King of Wands, which is a really interesting energy. The King of Wands is about being on the top of your creativeness, essentially. And this is also a time that you're on top of your career. You're feeling really good with passions and things like that. But that is the key word too, is this passion. And so we have to also understand that with everything's on a spectrum. Nothing is black or white. With passion spectrum, you can have like the good passionate, the sexy passionate, the creative passionate, but this can also be that like passionate hatred, passionate negative energy, and that can go either way too. So we have to keep that in mind, especially like when you're angry, you're angry. It's not just like, oh, I'm just ticked off. It's like your head's about to explode, that you're so pissed. It's that kind of extreme. So we have to keep that in mind, especially with the King energy, because of where the card placement is within the deck. It is it's the highest in the King suit, or in the Wand suit is the King, and any of those minor arcanas. So we want to keep that in mind during March. Now, if you're interested to seeing what other months are like during 2023, just go into my channel and look for that the yearly tarot forecast for the collective, and it does the whole year. So let's trying to get these nice and shuffled, and because I try to start the deck off all upright, especially with the Witch's Tarot. You can tell by the pink. The pink is up, the blue is down. And I've been shuffling this for a while, and I'm just trying to mix them up. See what our March is going to be like. Okay. So also, if you see me looking in like this direction, I am looking at my calendar that I wrote down to make sure I'm not confused. Okay, so we have 5 weeks in March. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I'm just gonna set those other side. Oh, I have an itch on my nose. I apologize. I'm not picking it. It's an itch. All right, well, let's just get to it, shall we? All right, so let's go. For Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So with this being in the reverse, this is something where there's a decision that is being made to you. And it's really interesting because of the Lovers too. So this is something that kind of is that same energy where you might be getting a lot of offers, but there's just like one clear choice. And there's no illusions about it. There's nothing that's trying to waver you from it. It is like, this is the choice and you have to make it. Yeah, that's just like with it being in the reverse. When it's in the upright, it's a lot of decisions, a lot of confusions, and you have to make sure that you go through it. This is like a clear choice. Clear choice. So let's go. So Thursday, March 2nd, we have the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse, this tells us that on the 2nd, we are a little bit out of control. So there's something where we feel like, for the most part, we have a leadership that we can lead, that we are able to do things. And this is like an out of control. I feel out of control. So something that you thought was yours, that you thought that you could be over. And this could even be like a life, like something that's happening in your life and you just kind of feel out of control. Or you're letting other people lead for you. So it's really trying to get back into that, like, no, let me take this back on. It's just kind of letting go of leadership. All right, then we have Friday, March 3rd, 2023. We have the King of Swords. So King of Swords is a very serious energy, very thought-provoking. So this is something where you are really direct. Communication's going to be really direct. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you either. This can be interactions that you have throughout the day and whatnot. It's just easier for me to say you, but just keep that in mind moving forward. But this is just something like straight to the point energy, really direct energy, can come off kind of cold. And it's just not... It's not that frilly, like, especially if you're looking for like romance and things like that. It's very much like, no, I'm not, you can buy yourself flowers, but I will go and get your oil changed. It's that kind of thing where it's very practical, but very serious energy. Okay, and then we have Saturday, March 4th. And that's going to be the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is an indecision. So there's something that's happening that your heart and your mind are not in alignment. Now, also because of the imagery of the card, we have this person with the Two of Swords and they have a blindfold on. So this can be something where there is a clear choice, but you're at a standstill and you're being blind for it. So it's like, I know what I need to do, but I don't want to do it. And I'm just going to pretend like I don't know or like whatever. And this could be even on a subconscious level. But there's something where you have to get back into alignment, whether that is choosing one or the other or doing a compromise, a mixture of both. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the next week. And that is going to be Sunday, March 5th. We have the World, beautiful energy. So the World is the end of the major arcana. So this is a ending chapter. Things are wrapping up in some sort of aspect in your life. And it's a time to really celebrate and really look back on the beginning of whatever this cycle was and see how far you've grown and see all the lessons you've learned. And it's just a really good time to kind of celebrate yourself and say, you know what, I really matured over this amount of time, or I really gained a lot of knowledge during this time. It's really that energy that you're just kind of like looking up and wrapping up, and also kind of looking towards the future of like, okay, I've done this, now what do I do? What are my next steps? So it's just kind of getting that prepared for that new beginning. But since it is that end, biggest thing is celebrating your victories with it. Or if it's been a really bad cycle, celebrating that it's over and that rebirth is going to be happening and a new cycle is going to be happening. All right, then we have Monday, March 6th. I'm about to yell at my dog. He's like sniffing on the counters. I'm going to show you guys how big he is too after this. Okay, so Monday, March 6th, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is about gaining knowledge towards something of the earthly matters. So this can be even like starting a new career, something in that sense, but it's the beginning stages of it. So it's a really slow moving energy because it is Pentacle energy, but it's going to go in, it's going to go into the right direction towards it. And so you're just kind of learning and growing new crafts. This is also a theme that could be happening in 2021 as well. So something that was a theme during that time for you will happen on that. All right, then we have Tuesday, March 7th, which is also full moon in Virgo. And that's going to be so un-Virgo-like. Four of Wands in reverse. If it was Virgo, it would be in the upright. But since it is in the reverse, the Four of Wands in the reverse means that there's something where you have thought was a good foundation. It's really kind of proving that it isn't. So perhaps that you're building something in a metaphorical sense on crappy foundation, you're starting to see things shift. So it's just not the right thing. And I think you're going to start to see these, and maybe you've been into almost like a fantasy of it, or so passionate about something where, like, a good example would be like a relationship that you're with someone and you're like, this is going to work. This is who it is. And things are starting to really reveal themselves where it's like, oh, they didn't want kids, but I do. And, you know, that kind of thing where it's not as perfect as it seems. And you're starting to see those cracks in those foundations. And then we have Wednesday, March 8th. And this is going to be, in this deck, it's the High Priest. In traditional tarot, it's the Hierophant. So there is a lesson that's being learned in this. Now, I have to mention this is the second major arcana, while the World was the 1st of March. So these are big days too. Sorry, I have another itch. But with the Hierophant, this is about traditions. This is about doing things that are traditional. But this is also a time of learning different lessons. So there's a lesson that is meant to be learned, and you have all of the tools to learn it. And the universe is like, you got to learn it on your own, or you're not going to really understand or get what the lesson is. You're just going to keep repeating it. So it's just learning that lesson in order to not repeat what has happened in the past. All right, then we have Thursday, March 9th, and that's going to be the Ace of Swords. This is really direct communication. This is cutting through all the BS, getting straight to the point, being direct, telling how it is and what you want. It's kind of like that King of Swords energy. There's no floral about it. It's straight to the point. All right, then we have Friday, March 10th, and this is the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is a nostalgic energy. So there's something that's coming from the past. This can be someone returning from the past. This can be like friends, old schoolmates, ex-coworkers, things like that. But it could be also someone that reminds you of this, or an event that reminds you of the past. So keep that in mind, where you don't, especially if it's a new person, don't pretend like it's them, like the person that it reminds you. Because sometimes I will do that, where I'm like, oh my God, you remind me of this person. And they're just kind of like, okay, all right. But you have to kind of keep that in mind, where you don't want to dive too much into the past either. It's fun to visit, but don't live in it at all. All right, then we have Saturday, March 11th, and that's going to be the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a teamwork card. So there's going to be something that's happening where there's going to be people that have a similar goal. I'm so sorry. My nose is really itchy. But there's going to be someone that has a similar goal towards what you're working for. And you need to really be open to constructive criticism at this time, because they're trying to help you because they have the same goal as you. So you just want to be open to that and understand that they have a different perspective too, that you may not be seeing. And this really does remind me of certain people through Witch of Boise have given me great suggestions over the years, and I've taken them and have been successful in my mind. And yeah, it's just good to kind of get that feedback too. So just keep that in mind. And also, if you are in a teamwork situation, it's making sure that everyone's doing the same amount of work. All right, then we have Sunday, March 12th, and that's going to be the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is a self-sabotage card. This is something where you're holding yourself back mentally from moving forward. You're kind of playing the victim. You're saying that you're stuck, and you really aren't. You have to, this is another blindfold energy too. So you're being blind to the fact that you put yourself in this and you can get yourself out. And it's just having to get over that and understanding that that is what's happening, that you are the one that's holding you back. No one else is. Then we have Monday, March 13th. That's going to be the Page of Wands. There's some good news that's going to be coming on March 13th. And this is going to be in that passion area, which really coincides with that King of Wands March 2023 energy. So really good news is coming. And so just be open to that. And it's like in the creative, passionate aspect. All right, then Tuesday, March 14th, we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is holding on to the past, holding on to baggage. This is holding on to like emotional baggage a lot of times. But this is also being too frugal. I know that times are really tough. Trust me. I know. But the thing is that you have to make sure that if you want abundance to come to you, you have to give as well. And that doesn't necessarily mean like donating money or going out and spending money, but this is volunteer work. This is going through your old clothes, going through and donating a bunch of things that you don't know, that you no longer use. So it's going through that. And the more that you give, the more you're going to receive. So it's getting into that balance, but it's very, very stuck because it might be that your budget's not working out, or that you realize, hey, I really do need a budget. It's going to be coming a lot clearer that way. All right, then Wednesday, March 15th, we have the Three of Cups. Cute. So Three of Cups is like friendship. This is also celebrations, coming together, discussing, not even discussing, it's just like celebration and having fun. Now, the downside, because every card has a good and a bad side, the downside of this is that if you're in a relationship, or if you're trying to get into a relationship, there is a third party situation that's happening that could be interfering with what you're trying to accomplish. All right, then we have Thursday, March 16th. And that's going to be the Six of Wands in reverse. Boo! This is, there's something that in a career-wise or creativity, passion, because it is Wands energy, there's something that you've been really working hard towards and you've been really fighting for, and it's not going to happen. And so you're going to feel a bit of failure during that day. But the thing is just like how it's upright, when there is victory, it's understanding that there's a bigger thing being at play. This is a small battle comparatively to the entire war. So it's just kind of lick your wounds and keep moving forward. All right, then we have Friday the 17th, March 17th, and that's going to be the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is saying that you have healthy boundaries, that if there's going to be someone that approaches you, it doesn't mean that you trust them with your life or anything like that, you know, but it's like, let your guard down. Like you're good, you are safe because you have practiced it and you know that your boundaries and you have built up healthy boundaries. And so it's letting the wall down a little bit and allowing people to come in and be with you. All right, then we have Saturday, March 18th, and that's going to be the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a really good energy. It's moving away from turbulence and going towards a more peaceful energy. And since this is sword energy, this is coming from your mind too. So it's moving forward into a more tranquil aspect. All right, then we have Sunday, March 19th. This is strength. So you're going to have the strength and courage to overcome any obstacle, or that you're acknowledging how strong you are. This is also another theme of 2022. So something that might have happened in 2022 for you, or a running theme that has happened for you in 2022, that's going to reappear on the 19th. March 20th, on Monday. In this deck, it's Karma. In traditional tarot, it is Judgment. So there's a rebirth that's happening. Something that you thought was done and over with isn't. It's coming back. And this is also just karma in general. So if you're having a really bad day, like, I don't mean to be a jerk, but that's karma for you. So it's the reactions of karma that will be playing out on the Monday. All right, then we have Tuesday, March 21st. It is also a new moon, and that is in the cusp. Most people will say it's Aries, new moon, but it's on a cusp between Pisces and Aries, is the Tower, but it's in the reverse. So we have 3 major arcanas in a row. This is crazy. So the Tower in reverse tells us that there's something that you've been really preparing for a change. You might be even like bracing yourself for a massive change, and it's just not happening. So it's just, I think the best way kind of energetically is to really realize whatever aspect this is happening into your life, to really go down to the foundation of it, because perhaps it's strong enough to withhold whatever issue or whatever thing that you've been bracing yourself for. It can withhold that or stand up to it. But this is also a really good time to really check those foundations, because we already had a shaky foundation earlier on the 7th in that full moon in Virgo. So it's just kind of checking that as well. And it could be even with that, you might find yourself, wow, this foundation actually isn't as strong as it. And you are the one to actually change it, not have an event that makes it all crumble. It might be just you doing it. All right, then Wednesday, March 22nd. Is going to be the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is kind of like a funky energy where the being in present, you have to be in the present moment because things are being offered to you. And you might find yourself that you are not being present, that you are too stuck onto the past or stuck onto what if in the future, and you're not being present. So that is another, like, you have to be present during this time. Okay, Thursday, March 23rd. We have the 10 of Cups, but it's in the reverse. So this is a couple different things. There is a relationship or something that just kind of dissolved. And especially with what's happening this week, I think that that's going to be for a lot of the collective where it's just dissolving a relationship. And it's just not as perfect as you thought it was. But this is also realizing that you have romanticized or had a fantasy of something, and now it's coming to reality. And it's not as glamorous as it is. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, and it doesn't necessarily mean like it's going to be a breakup in that sense. In the other one, yes. But in this meaning, it doesn't mean that. But it means that it's not going to be what you thought it was going to be. And you're going to start to get that nitty-gritty part of it, and it's not this fantasy fairy tale. All right, then we have Friday, March 24th, and that's going to be Temperance in reverse. So there's something where you are either going against what your spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever you believe in, they are like icked out by you. But this is also a time where maybe you are overindulging on things that are not good for you. So this can be like drinking too much, doing drugs too much, overeating, just doing bad behaviors that you need to really get more of a balance on. And it's just kind of like more overindulgence. And that's where the spirit guides are just going to be like, oh my God, what are you doing? All right. Then we have Saturday, March 25th. And that's going to be the 5 of Wands in reverse. This is kind of a really cool energy, because in the upright, it's like about competition and things like that. And this is more of like you're going to be around other people, or other people are going to be really interested in you, and they want to see you grow. They want to not compete against you. They want to have help and add on to what you're doing career-wise. So just keep that in mind with other people happening during that time. All right, then we have Sunday the 26th. That's going to be the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is a solid foundation. This can be money, inheritance, things like that. This is just a really good time with multi-generational energies. This can be also a celebration that's happening that has a multi-generational energies. Then we have Monday, March 27th. And this is, on this deck is the shadow side. This is the devil. So there's a selfishness that's happening. And this is also something that's chaining you back. So going back to whatever this imbalance is in Temperance, this could be the issue that is going to rear its ugly head. So a good example is like over drinking. Drinking is holding you back. So it might be that time where it's either quitting completely or really starting to monitor it in the sense of balancing it out. But still, something is holding you back, and you're going to realize that when you actually look at it, or you're going to have it continue to hold you back. All right, then we have Tuesday, March 28th. This is the 6 of Pentacles. So this is an energetic exchange. This is the same energy that we were talking about on the 14th of March with that 4 of Pentacles, where it's holding on to things. We have to give to receive. So there's that energetic exchange that's happening, and it's really, really good for money and abundance. All right, then Wednesday, the 29th, we have the Star in reverse. So there's a resistance to healing. There is either a spiritual healing, emotional healing, and or a physical healing. And you are, or an aspect that's in your life is refusing that. And you're not going to be able to go forward if you don't deal with it. And I think this has to do with that devil energy that's echoing onto it. So really focus on healing. It's uncomfortable, but it's great. All right, then Thursday we have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is working hard towards a goal. And then we have and that was the 30th on Thursday, and then Friday the 31st is the King of Pentacles. So this is something that has to deal with the home and being in your abundance. All right, that is it. Sorry, I had to kind of rush through it. I do want to show you 0, but make sure you do like this video, subscribe, comment below. Any interactions with this video does help build my channel. Go check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Go to my website, witchofboise.com. I'm going to just do a pause to go grab them. Okay, here is 0. He is massive. Come here, buddy. Oh, I just tried to start the video. Look how big he is. He's such a big boy. He's such a big boy. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you later.